In this lesson, we're going to learn about box and whisker plots. All right, so what is a box and whisker plot? A box and whisker plot is a way to display data. A box and whisker plot shows the 5-number summary in the set of data. So the 5-number summary include the minimum, which is our smallest number in the data. And then we have the maximum, which is going to include the largest number in the data. And we have our median, and we know that the median means the middle number. And then we have what's called the lower quartile and the upper quartile. Well, what this is that we've got the lower half of the data and the upper half of the data. And to get the lower quartile, it is a middle number in the lower half of the data. And then the upper quartile is the middle number of the upper half of the data. So what we have here is that we've got our median, and everything lower than that, that would be 50% of the data. But then we have that lower half of the data broken up into 2 pieces. Each of these is 25% of our data. And then we have that 50% on the upper half of the data, but then that's broken up into this being 25%, because again, that upper quartile is the middle number of that upper half of the data. All right, so now let's go ahead. It says the minimum is, so we know that the minimum is the smallest number in the data set. We know that the median, right here, that is our middle number. Then we have the maximum, which is our largest number in the data set. All right, let's talk about the quartile, the lower quartile, and then the upper quartile. A lot of times you will see this lower quartile, it will have Q1 is what it will be labeled. And so this is the median of the lower half of the data. And then we have the upper quartile, which is the median of the upper half of the data, and that's labeled, a lot of times you'll see it as Q3. And I'm not going to write it there because you don't see that as much, but the median is the Q2. That's how we get Q3. So we have Q1, the lower quartile, and then the upper quartile is the Q3. And all of these pieces being broken up into 25% of the data. All right, so example 1, how do I interpret a box and whisker plot? So we've got this box and whisker plot that includes the volleyball players' heights in inches. So it's asking us, what is the height of the shortest player? So our shortest player is right here, which is in between 54 and 56, which would make this a 55. So the height of our shortest player would be 55 inches. And then the height of our tallest player is going to be between 62 and 64, which is 63. So we have 63 inches for our tallest player. Now it's asking us for the median height. Remember this value right here, this line right here, that represents the median. And so the middle number in all of the heights, the median height, is 58 inches. Then it wants to know what the range of the heights is. Remember, to find the range, we are taking the biggest number and the smallest number. So we would take the tallest person, which is 63, and we would minus then the height of the shortest person. So the range is 8 inches. So you're taking the height of the tallest person and subtracting the height of the shortest person. Now it wants to know what percentage of the players are taller than 58 inches. So our 58 inches, remember that each of these sections is worth the 25% of the data. So if we're looking which percent of the players are taller than 58 inches, here's our 58 inches, which is our median. So then taller than 58 inches is going to be 50%. And number 6, it says, what percent of the players are shorter than 60 inches? So the players that are going to be shorter than 60 inches right here, we would then have all of these players right here are going to equal up 75% of the players are going to be shorter than 60 inches. All right, now we're going to answer some questions about wrapping paper sold in a fundraiser. And so it's asking us, what is the least number of wrapping paper rolls sold? And so again, our minimum is 10. And so the lowest number of wrapping paper rolls sold is 10. And then what is the highest? Well, here's our highest, that's our maximum. That's going, it looks like it's going up by 5, so 55 rolls of wrapping paper were sold, the most amount. And then it's asking, what is the range of wrapping paper rolls that were sold? And so our range, remember, we're going to take our highest number and our lowest number. So I take my 55, and then we'll subtract the lowest number, which is 10. And so the range of wrapping paper rolls that were sold is 45 rolls. All right, now it's asking, what is the lower quartile of the number of wrapping paper rolls sold? So I want to mention that our quartiles, remember, this right here is our median. And then we had our minimum and we had our maximum. And then we had that. So then we have this right here, and this is the lower quartile. And we also label it as Q1. And so the lower quartile represents the lower half of the data, that is the median number. And then we have our upper quartile, and that is labeled Q3. All right, so what is the lower quartile number of wrapping paper rolls sold? So really it's what is the median number of, the middle number of the lower part of the data. And so it is right here, which would be at 15, because this right here is our lower quartile. It's going to be 15 rolls of wrapping paper. And then it wants to know what the upper quartile number is. Well, that is right here, and so that's going to be 30 rolls. And when it asks you the interquartile range, what it's asking you is these two numbers right here. Let me highlight it. This number right here and this number right here. It's asking you to take within that range of that box what the range is. So I would be taking 30, which is the upper quartile, minus the 15, which is the lower quartile, and then I would get 15. All right, example 2, how do I make a box and whisker plot? So the first step in making a box and whisker plot is to put the data in order from least to greatest. And it's already been done there for you just to save on some time. So step number 2 is to find the median and then place the point above the value on the number line. So remember we said that the median is the middle number. So let's identify the middle number. And now because we have two numbers that we have here in the middle, remember we have to add those together and then divide by 2. And so our middle number is going to be, when you add 5 plus 6 and divide by 2, the middle number is going to be 5.5. So we're going to come over here to the 5.5 and we're going to place a dot right there as on where the median is. All right, in step number 3, we need to identify the minimum and the maximum, and then we're going to place a point above each of those values on the number line as well. So our minimum number is our 1, and the maximum value is 12. All right, step number 4 is to find the lower and upper quartiles and place points above those on the number line. Remember that we had said that the lower quartile is the lower half of the data and that the upper quartile is the upper half of the data. And then we also said that that lower quartile, that it's the median number of just the lower quartile. So we're going to find the middle number of this lower half. So we're going to just cross off, cross off, cross off to find the middle number of the lower quartile, and that is on the 2. And then the upper quartile, the median of that set of data is 7. So we're going to place a dot on the 7. All right, so now we are on step number 5, where we have to draw a box with the end lines going through the points of the lower and upper quartiles. So remember that our 2 was the lower quartile, and then we have 7 as our upper quartile. And then we're going to draw a line on step number 6. We're drawing a line through the median. Remember, the median was 5.5. And then the last steps that we're going to do is we're going to then draw lines from the box to the least and greatest values. And this is where we get the name, the box and whisker plot, because these become then the whiskers, the things that are off on the sides there. And so now we're finished drawing our box and whisker plot. In this lesson, we learned how to interpret and how to draw a box and whisker plot.